I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Pistoling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your main man, the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, Uncle Freezy. You see him. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go, party people. Let's go. Let's go. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. Yo, what's good? What's good, party people in the place to be, man? I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all so much, man. It's good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. What's happening? Man, I got so much stuff to talk to y'all about, man. I got so much stuff to talk to y'all about, man. So much stuff to talk to y'all about. I did watch the game Monday. Yes, I saw it. I watched it a couple times. I was dozing in and out of it. You know what I'm saying? But I did see the game. Monday, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about the Knicks. Let me shout out my peoples. Yo, Andrew College, what is good, bro? What's good? Chef NYK is in the building. What's happening? What's happening, man? What's good? Keith Turner is Keith Turner in the building. Excuse that. Keith Turner is in the building. Man, King Poppy, what's good? What's good? Y'all check out King Poppy music, man. Check out King Poppy music. Greeny from LI, Greeny from LI and Coach are gonna be up here with me in a few moments. I just got to get some stuff out of the way real quick. I'm gonna get some stuff out of the way real quick, and then they're gonna join me just real quick. Ala Wise is in the building, man. Wacko, what's good? DSJ in the building, man. Okay. Julian Blum is in the building. Almighty Finesse. What's good, man? What's good, man? It's good to see y'all, man. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let me get into this thing real quick. I got a couple things I got to hurry up and do. Well, not hurry up, but I got to make sure I prioritize. For one, man, I want to this thing has been going around, and I kind of want to let y'all know what we're talking about. Yo, the hip hop legend Jay Boogie is in the building. What's good, my man? Me and Jay Boogie got a surprise for y'all. Me and Jay Boogie got a surprise for y'all coming up in like 3 or 4 minutes. Surprise. It's like a early Christmas present, early holidays gift. You know what I'm saying? But let me do this, man. Let me start by saying, yo, I know we frustrated with RJ Barrett. I know we frustrated with RJ Barrett. But RJ Barrett is the golden child. You feel me? RJ Barrett is the golden child. And we gotta rock with him through his ups and downs. Been a lot of downs lately. But through his ups and downs, we gotta rock with him. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, hopefully all is well with you and your fam. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, just the sniffles, man. It was tired. That's about it. I'm good. I'm a machine, yo. I'm an android. Keith Turner says RJ is the bust. Before we go down that road too far, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. I got an article pulled up here that ranks the greatest New York Knicks shooting guards of all time. The greatest New York Knicks shooting guards of all time. Right? And I have a greatest list of Knicks small forwards of all time. Right? And so before y'all start saying RJ is a bust, y'all better check these lists. Right? According to an article from Bleacher Report dated, wow, this article is old. But anyway, ain't nothing better. We ain't had nothing better. According to Bleacher Report, the number 5 greatest shooting guard in New York Knicks history is Latrell Sprewell. Let me tell y'all something about Latrell Sprewell. As a New York Knick, Latrell Sprewell played 5 seasons for New York Knicks. He averaged 17.9 points per game as a New York Knick. And I know that's not the only means to measure how good a guy is. It's not the only means to measure how good a guy is, his scoring average. But Latrell Sprewell played beside a man named Allen Houston. Make sure you keep that in mind. Make sure you keep that in mind when you think about RJ. The number 4 best shooting guard in New York Knicks history is John Starks. John Starks played next to a man named Patrick Ewing. And John Starks, as a New York Knick, averaged 14 points a game. He played 8 full seasons with the Knicks, or 8 seasons with the Knicks. He averaged 14 points a game, right? John Starks went to 1 NBA Finals. Latrell Sprewell went to 1 NBA Finals. Remember this as I go down this list. The 3rd-ranked shooting guard in New York Knicks history is Allen Houston, according to this article. According to this article, right? Now, in my mind, the 3rd best shooting, well, I could see that. I could see that. Right? Allen Houston. Allen Houston as a Knick, because I noticed people were jumping out the window on this RJ Barrett stuff. I noticed people were jumping out of windows. Allen Houston as a New York Knick averaged 18.5 points per game in 9 seasons. 9 seasons as a Knick, he averaged 18.5 points a game. Allen Houston didn't make an all-star team until he was 28 years old. Allen Houston made an all-star team at 28 years old. You young Knicks fans, stop talking and listen. Before you jump out the window on RJ Barrett, listen. Because it's going to be more to this. Listen in context, because I know the young Knicks fans are like, RJ Barrett's a bust. Trade RJ. I can't deal with him no more. stop talking and listen. Right? Because a lot of the young Knicks fans are driving this narrative about ship RJ out of town. Listen. The third best shooting guard of all time averaged 18 points a game for the Knicks. Says this article on Bleacher Report of people that are unbiased, that are not mainly Knicks fans, but they have nothing else. They have no reason to disrespect the Knicks. The number 2 ranked shooting guard of all time compared to what says this article is Dick Barnett. Dick Barnett started in Syracuse, played for the Lakers for 3 seasons, got to the Knicks in 65, 66. Dick Barnett basically averaged about 14 points a game with the Knicks, about 13.9, 14 points per game with the Knicks. And Dick Barnett played alongside Clyde Frazier and the next guy on this list. The next guy on this list is Earl the Pearl Monroe, ranked as the greatest shooting guard in Knicks history. And I'm not pulling up stats. For Earl Monroe, you don't have to pull up stats. For Earl Monroe, you just say his name, Earl the Pearl. The mere fact that Carmelo Anthony, who wore his number 15 at Syracuse, wore 15 with the Nuggets, and got here and had to change his number because Earl the Pearl wore it, lets you know how great Earl the Pearl was. Right? Now, let's talk about RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, for his career, averages the same number as those guys. About 17.5 points per game for his career. Right? Through 4 seasons. RJ Barrett. Think about this. Who's the greatest small forward in New York Knicks history? Is it Carmelo? Is it Bernard King? Well, Bernard King, if that's your guy, if that's your guy, 6'7", 205, about the same. Bernard King, about the same size as RJ Barrett, about 6'7"-ish, about 210-ish, 215-ish, whatever. Whatever his size is. Bernard King was not a big man, right? Bernard King was not a big man, say for small forwards and power forwards of his day. Bernard King played 208 games as a Knick. And if he is an all-time great in your mind, consider this. RJ Barrett, in his very short career, has already played more games than Bernard King. Already. And consider this also. RJ Barrett's first season as a Knick was cut short due to COVID. Y'all remember that? RJ Barrett's first season was cut short. And then the second season that first season was cut short because of the stupid Delete 8 COVID, blood, whatever it is they called it. That second season started late and they only played 72 games. And RJ Barrett still has played more games than Bernard King. Now, I'm not saying that RJ Barrett is better than Bernard King. But by the time Bernard King became a Knick, Bernard King was already in his mid-20s. Now, notice what I'm telling you. Everybody that I mentioned on this list, listen to what I'm telling you. Latrell Sprewell started his career with the Golden State Warriors. John Starks started his career with the Golden State Warriors. Allen Houston started his career with the Detroit Pistons. Dick Barnett started his career in Syracuse, but really more as the Lakers. But he's not a drafted Knick. And Earl the Pearl Monroe started his career as a Baltimore Bullet. And RJ Barrett, at 22 years old, averaging the same points as them, not playing with generational talent, is averaging what they're averaging for his career already, and he has already played more games than Bernard King. So what I'm saying to you is, okay, I understand that RJ Barrett needs to tighten up. RJ Barrett, if you're watching this, you need to tighten up. Tighten up. But as far as Knicks fans that have been Knicks fans for real and for a long time at the same time, for Knicks fans that have been Knicks fans for a long time and that are real hardcore Knicks fans, we know that Rome wasn't built in a day. RJ Barrett will be all right. But RJ Barrett, you know what? Tighten up. Hey, I got something I want to show y'all. I'm going to share it with y'all, man. Y'all rock to this. Y'all know who this is. Y'all know who this is. Y'all know who this is. Check out my joint from my man.
I heard a rumor. This guy right here, Jay Boogie, presenting Knicks in the booth is gonna be fire.
Hey. They say we everywhere. We all over the place. If you don't see us, that means you ain't nowhere. You heard? We all over. The headline of the city, the Post paper, the Daily paper, everywhere in the city. Knick Chronicles, baby. Let's get it. When you talking to Knicks, we the biggest. Fan base in the league, we the biggest. When you see them, you tell them they the biggest. The most loyal people, we the biggest. When you talking to Knicks, we the biggest. Fan base in the league, we the biggest. When you see them, you tell them they the biggest. The most loyal people, we the biggest. It's game time, tell them, yeah, we outside. You know my voice, the young Mr. War Clyde. They say this year we blessed this, a new hope. I'm courtside next to Tracy Morgan Road. We so official, every game is sold out. You see the fan stars, them carpets rolled out. I'm on this track, NBA, no bleach report. Don't even ask for a short, this ain't a Newport. Flash report, tell them this just in. You see Max outside, just don't let them in. I walk the streets every day with some grown men. I go left, cross back like I'm Brunson. Who that is? Jay Boogie, I'm so nice. I need a little bit more than yesterday's price. When you see him, you tell him, your boy, I'm locked in. I'm well surrounded with fans, we in the garden. When you talking to Knicks, we the biggest. Fan base in the league, we the biggest. When you see them, you tell them they the biggest. The most loyal people, we the biggest. When you talking to Knicks, we the biggest. Fan base in the league, we the biggest. When you see them, you tell them they the biggest. The most loyal people, we the biggest. If you ain't orange or blue, then you can't relate. I had them toxic boys that ate your Twitter space. A lot of people right now, they on clickbait. I had your forehead looking like your Stephen A. All the real creators be on the podcast. Take a look at the chat, you get my broadcast. The forecast is scattered with a lot of rain. I'm 4 poison pill jerk by Danny Ainge. New squad, new season, it's a new team. Shout out to Harlem Girl and Miss Geraldine. Play the youth, the kids, they gon' play hard. For 4 years, I just signed a 9-guard. The way we look right now, this a Nick thing. I might bring with the flow, so this here bang. Shout out the real ones that'll stay loyal. All the Nets fans, we know it's disloyal. When you talking to Knicks, we the biggest. Fan base in the league, we the biggest. When you see them, you tell them they the biggest. The most loyal people, we the biggest. When you talking to Knicks, we the biggest. Fan base in the league, we the biggest. When you see them, you tell them they the biggest. The most loyal people, we the biggest. When you come to the city and play for the Knicks, you're gonna get the biggest and most appreciated love. We the best people it is in the world that's gonna support our squad, support our team. You dig? We the biggest.
New York Knicks, we are the biggest.
This is Jen from Knicks Army fans, and I want to let you know right now, if you didn't know before, New York Knicks, we the biggest, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. We the biggest, baby. We the biggest. That's We the Biggest by Jay Boogie. That's my half brother, man. I love that brother. That's my man, 50 grand, Jay Boogie. That's the joint he had been working on for a minute, man. That's a gem right there, Jay Boogie. You did your thing, boy. You stepped your foot in that. Jay Boogie put his foot in there all the way up to his kneecap in that. Jay Boogie, man, you a gem. You a gem, J Boogie. Thank you for rocking with us, J Boogie. J Boogie is my man. That beat is fire too. That beat is fire, man. I'm seeing that, man, for like the second time, and it still giving me goosebumps, man. All that orange and blue, man. If you a Knicks fan, bro, and you see that video right there, that thing give you chills, man. That thing give you chills, man. Knicks fans, stand up. You know what I'm saying? You a Knicks fan, man, get on your feet, man. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Knicks fan, man, you see that much passion, man, about our team, man, stand up. Represent your squad. Represent your city. You know what I'm saying? Stand up, bro. Support your peoples. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. J Boogie, you absolutely did your thing. Absolutely did your thing, man. Yeah, man. So back on my thing, man. And man, about RJ Barrett. Is RJ Barrett playing good basketball right now? No. And no 20-something point game ain't gonna sway me one way or the other. But what I'm saying is for once, we got a guy that played his position as all-time greats, and we drafted him. That means something. You feel me? All the guards that I mentioned, Latrell Sprewell, John Starks, Allen Houston, Dick Barnett, Earl the Pearl, all of them guys, and no disrespect to their origin and their origin story, but all them guys were drafted by different franchises. The Knicks drafted RJ Barrett. Am I saying that RJ Barrett is as good as going to have a career like Earl the Pearl? Nope. Am I saying that RJ Barrett is going to be a scoring machine like Bernard King? Nope. What I'm saying is RJ Barrett is ours, and he's been ours from day one. We talk about cats like Bernard King. Bernard King played for 3 teams before he got here. Bernard King had an alcohol problem in Golden State, and we had a point guard named Michael Ray Richardson that had a drug problem. So we traded a dynamic player with a drug problem for a dynamic player with the alcohol problem. And he came here, he played his hardest here, he from here. Right? What I'm saying is RJ Barrett is ours. Young Knicks fans, RJ Barrett is your generational player. Whether you like it or not, whether you like how he played on a night-to-night basis, you got to rock with him and stop being wishy-washy. If you're a Knicks fan right now, if you're a young Knicks fan, if you like 40 and under, and you're not embracing RJ Barrett, I don't know what else I can give you. I just don't. You got to rock with this kid. He only been here for 216 games. He been here for 216 games, and Knicks fans already want to ship him out of here? Is that something to say about RJ, or is that something to say about Knicks fans? Is that something to say about RJ Barrett, or is that something to say about you? If you like, yo, man, RJ got to go, man. RJ got to go. I'm thinking you got to go. I'm thinking we're going to trade you for a rack of basketballs. Not even a rack of basketballs, a half a rack of basketballs. Because Knicks fans are supposed to have pride and loyalty and things like that. And if you on that RJ Barrett train already, you jumping off, you getting off the first stop. You want to train, say you want to train to Brooklyn and you just get off the first stop. Come on. Yeah, man. Keith Turner says, I'm not rocking with the bus. Sorry, I'm not built like that. Hey, Keith Turner, that surprises me, bro. That surprises me because I read all the other stuff, and I was thinking, bro, I thought like a measure of something was, yeah, that surprises me. I'll just say that. And C-Mac says, trade Keith Turner to Sacramento. For what? For they blue and red jerseys? All right. So the reason why I'm saying this about RJ Barrett is not that. Let me first say, for those of y'all that say RJ Barrett is a bust, how many busts in the NBA average 17 points per game for their career? Exactly. How many busts average 17 points per game for their career? How many busts start 215 NBA games and 3+ seasons? We got to stand up, man. RJ Barrett, and listen, I'm not gonna harp on his age. I'm not gonna harp on his age because at this point, age don't really matter. You got to be productive, and I understand that. RJ Barrett, you got to step your game up because if the fans see a lot of this stuff, then we know you have to see this stuff too. And RJ Barrett, you know, I keep it a buck for RJ Barrett fans and RJ Barrett people. You know what I'm saying? I saw RJ Barrett with my own eyes miss a uncontested 1-footer by himself at 6'7". And I see it often. I saw it in the OKC game Monday. He missed a barely contested 1-footer, got the rebound, missed a contested 1-footer, got the rebound, and put it back. And some people would say, well, man, he played tough right there. Yeah, but he is still 6'7", and he still missed 1-footers. Jay Boogie in the building. Jay Boogie, thank you for the generous contribution. Jay Boogie says, we all love and support our Knicks to the fullest. But that is another song for everybody in all chats or at the game and you at home watching. No matter how you rep, we are the biggest. Shout out to Jay Boogie. That's my man. Yeah, shout out to Jay Boogie, man. Yo, my guys said they was coming through. I'm not for sure where they are, but whatever. So Hep Taylor says, I love Emmanuel quickly, but he is not likely to resign with the Knicks, so trade him for Okai Agbaji and a first-round pick. Their salary matches up, sports track, and therefore NBA trade rules. Okay, all right. My thing with RJ Barrett is not that I'm sold that he is going to be the greatest shooting guard of all time, right? But okay, and if you think, well, RJ Barrett is not a top 5 small forward of all time, outside of Carmelo Anthony and Bernard King, name 5 small forwards that play for the Knicks that are better than RJ Barrett. I know what the smart Alex are going to do. They're going to name 1. But you need to follow instructions. The instructions said name 5. Right? Name 5. Right? My deal is if the team wasn't struggling as bad, we would be overlooking what RJ Barrett is doing. They just coincide in a weird way. In a weird way. So how y'all doing out there this morning? I know people hate to hear me say RJ Barrett is the golden child, but RJ Barrett is the chosen one. We chose him 3rd. RJ Barrett is the golden child. He is the chosen one. He is. June 1 says, peace. RJ is no bust. He's just not the player a lot of Knicks thought he would be at the number 3 pick. He's going to be a solid player, long career, but just not a superstar. That may be true. But what I'm gonna say to y'all is at this early age, chill out, relax. Allen Houston didn't make an all-star team until he was 28. 28. And some of y'all think Allen Houston might be the greatest shooting guard in Knicks history. And Allen Houston averaged 20 points a game twice in his career. And RJ Barrett has already done it one time. Relax. Chill out, man. You. And RJ Barrett has already done it. Man, it seemed like me and you just finished talking. You got sunlight.
We did.
Okay. I'm gonna grab something real quick.
All right. What's up? Good morning, fam. Happy Black Friday. Much love. What up, Finesse, Pudge, Keith Turner, Hope, Fly God, Fabian Williams. Yeah, man. Wiz, what's going on, brother? King Ribby, what's good? Yeah, man. I hope you all had a good Turkey Day. I got to work till later tonight, so I'm gonna rock for a little while and probably take a nap after this. But yeah, man. I know a lot of y'all, we're getting cold on RJ. He had that little bit of a slump. Y'all always know how I feel about RJ. You guys that are regulars to the channel. Yeah, man, there's a few guys, this is a new team. We all know Tibbs. There's a system thing going on that we're not all the biggest fan of, but it's early in the season. Sometimes you just gotta chillax. Patience is a virtue.
Ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't it? RJ Barrett is the pick of this generation, man, and cats want to get rid of him already. I'm not even gonna lie to you. RJ Barrett doesn't do a lot of the things that I'd like to see in a modern NBA player.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
But so what? Because sometimes when my kids were little, sometimes they didn't do stuff that I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, compared to our track, like, the thing is, expectations and getting your hopes up for something sometimes leads you to disappointment. And what we've learned over the years with our Knick fandom is to temper expectations sometimes. You won't get let down. It doesn't mean you love the team any less. It doesn't mean you don't deserve less. It don't mean we shouldn't get, more.
Right.
But sometimes you got to be realistic.
Right.
We've been so inept for the last decade or two in picking and developing developing is something else we should touch on one of these shows. I believe we were talking about that earlier.
You know what? So I want to touch on the Portland game, right? But I want to push that off for a little bit until when Greeny get here, right?
All right.
But what I wanted to talk to you about, since it's just you and I rocking for these next few minutes or so, listen to these names and tell me what they all have in common. Right? Listen to these names and tell me what they all have in common.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Latrell Sprewell, John Starks, Allen Houston, Dick Barnett, Earl the Pearl, Bernard King, Carmelo Anthony.
Acquired talent.
Traded.
Non-drafted talent. Yeah.
Team players, good players that played for other teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks didn't draft them. Right?
Charles Oakley
was traded for Bill Cartwright.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Charles Smith, Mark Jackson.
Xavier McDaniel,
Anthony Mason played for numerous teams.
Yeah. Kiki Vandeweghe.
Both of them. Anthony Mason and Kiki Vandeweghe both played for Portland before they got to the Knicks. Right? And so the thing
Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Right. You notice the trend here, right?
They're free agents, but yeah.
But the Knicks didn't draft them.
Right.
You
could say that if you made a top 20 Knicks of all time list, how many do we actually draft?
Maybe 6. Maybe. And it depends on how you feel about the list 15 through 20.
Right.
That's
going to be right.
Because the top 3 are all going to be Knicks, born, bred, drafted. The top 3 are going to be Willis Reed, Pat Ewing, Clyde Frazier in some particular order.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people tell me that Pat Ewing is the greatest Knick of all time. I think it's Clyde Frazier, but it's up for debate. It's your opinion. I like guards. You know what I'm saying? I like guards better than bigs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Ewing's my favorite because that was my prime Knick fandom as far as youth and age.
Right.
But if there's a tiebreaker, Clyde, he won.
Clyde.
Him and Willis Reed, they won.
Willis Reed, yes.
Yep, they won the big one.
Any Knick before 1965, I don't count them. Right? And I know they belong in Knicks lore, but they are so ancient. Like, don't talk to me about Richie Guerin and all of that, bro. It's too far ahead of my time. Right? You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to them, I just don't remember them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just, if an older guy can come in. Ooh, is that hot tea? Ow! It's burning my hand.
Ow! Yeah, and I don't have enough. You said, I'm a historian. You know, I've gone back and kind of looked them up and heard stuff about them and tried to watch some footage, but I can't speak on them as far as
fancy spoons and shit. Look at that.
In depth. Oh.
Yeah, man. This thing is like blue and red. It's like got the blue and red handle on it. I don't know if you can tell.
Okay.
In the camera, but it's gold and red and blue, and you can tell it's Thanksgiving weekend, bro.
But you pulling out that fine china from out the cabinet, the armoire.
I ain't pulling out nothing. Mo did that. You know, I ain't pulling out nothing.
But yeah, man. I mean, you're making a point. You know, everyone thinks, "Oh, we're gonna draft guys. We're gonna draft guys."
Right.
We hadn't in a while.
Right. And so Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar said, "I want to keep RJ, but I listed 7 guys." My bad, Paris. My bad.
Where was that? What was he listing?
I was like, name, the seven guys, name the seven small forwards. You know what I'm saying? And so are there five small forwards better than RJ Barrett after Carmelo Anthony and Bernard King? Right?
Oh,
I
in
can't
Knicks
remember.
history?
Yeah, I can't remember. Don't talk to me about Bill Bradley. Man, get out of here. Don't talk to me about no Bill Bradley. I don't want to hear it, bro.
He was like a power forward anyway.
Yeah, Bill Bradley.
In
Bill
that
Bradley,
era, you know.
You know what Bill Bradley is, bro? Bill Bradley was
Senator.
Was RJ Barrett that could shoot. That's what he could shoot. Bill Bradley was RJ Barrett that could shoot, right? And he still only averaged like 14 points a game for his career. 12 points a game. And then Bill Bradley was that era was so, I want to say this in a way that's not disrespectful to minorities or other races either. But Bill Bradley being a first ballot Hall of Famer is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. First ballot, damn near unanimous. Bill Bradley in the same era as Jerry West. Coach, who would you rather have, Jerry West or Bill Bradley? I'm just asking. Can you imagine wearing a Bill Bradley silhouette on your chest?
Oh,
Bill
yeah, I was about to
Bradley's
say, only
logo?
one of them's a logo.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So basically what I'm getting at, Coach, is this. This is a conversation we should have been having for a minute, but then again, people in Knicks universe don't have these type of conversations because, for one, I don't think they understand this, and two, the conversation is too in-depth for 1 3-hour show. It's like this should be an ongoing. It's an ongoing. It should be an ongoing topic of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, Coach. You know this, and I know this, and the chat knows this, and Knicks Universe knows this, but we never talk about it. Historically, the Knicks are not good at drafting.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's the obvious choice, we always botch it up.
And and we're even worse at developing.
Right.
If you ask me.
Develop what?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So I understand when Knicks fans say that the Knicks should probably burn it to the ground and start all over. But who is going to be the architect of that? Leon Rose?
I don't know.
Chat. Listen, and I'm gonna talk about the Portland game, right? Because I think this is our stepping stone into something that may be promising. Now, anytime you say step, it could be a good step or it could be a misstep, right? But this could be a stepping stone towards something positive. But here's the thing. Coach, this Portland team whooped us twice in summer league with a certain style of play. You were here. Now, I know that was the summer league team, but the style of play should be emphasized. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get to this thing. Let's stay on this point, though. Right? Let's stay on this point. If the Knicks do a full-out rebuild, right? If the Knicks do a full-out rebuild, who's going to be the architect? Are you keeping Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau?
Nope.
That's what I mean. So if you get rid of if you get rid of Leon Rose and Tibbs, and I'm not saying that we should, What I'm saying is if you're not confident in Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau, right, to do a rebuild, why are you confident in them in a roster that's already here? Why not keep the same roster and just get rid of the front office and the coach?
I mean, we've been saying that. I mean, did you ask me a question? Did I miss something?
Nah, man. I'm asking in general. Like, here's the question, and I'm asking is, if you burn it to the ground, if that's what you want to do, start all over from scratch. Who's going to be the architect? Is it going to be Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau? And if you say no to that, that means you're not confident that these guys can put together a roster. If you're not confident in them, in that, why keep them around now? Why not just keep the same roster and get rid of them?
I mean, we're talking about blowing things up and going young. We're already going young.
Right.
I've said this before. We can't go any younger. So if we're going to go young, we got to have a coach that could grow with this team.
Okay.
Like we can't have a coach that like Thibodeau, like he's got his strengths, you know. Right. So he needs to coach a team that's already put together. That he ain't got to develop.
Hey, Nick's average said I overanalyze everything. Nah, man, this is listen. This is to Nick's average. Bro, I get bombarded with the same stuff no matter where I show, no matter where I appear. Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in other social media places, Knicks fans across the Knicks universe ask me the same simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or say the same thing to me everywhere I go. How come we hadn't traded Randall yet? Yo, why we hadn't fired Tibbs? Yo, trade RJ. All these different things. We should have traded for Donovan Mitchell. It's the same repetitive thought over and over and over again, right? So instead of me just answering, say these weird things like why, how come we hadn't traded Randall? Because Randall's a good player.
Yeah,
you ain't just gonna give away. I mean, come on.
And the thing is, having a new coach here, I'm not saying he's going to wave a magic wand and make some of our players better than they are, but at least they're going to make them who they're supposed to be, not block their development to and play to their strengths.
Right.
That's what it's about. It's not about making these players so much better that it makes them all-stars.
Right.
Like, don't get all that crap stuff twisted. This reminds me of an article I read yesterday. I talked to you about it off screen. And I'm going to handle a lot of this iHeart blasphemy I've been seeing from some of y'all who don't know nothing about basketball, apparently. Shots fired. Because this man has got a basketball IQ. Last year, there was an article put up by some dude in the New York Times and Daily News, and Hoops Hype showed it. It was iHeart was being interviewed during media day, and it talked about iHeart's role and the kind of player.
Hartenstein.
Oh, this just talks to the development thing. That's the problem with the Knicks in general. Like, we're already messing with the development of a young player who's finally getting a little extra minutes, and we're already messing up his development and not letting him play to his strengths. When he was at the Clippers, he averaged over 2 seconds with the ball in his hand. With the Knicks, it's only 0.8.
Wait. What you mean 2 seconds?
So when he gets a pass, they let him.
Wait. So you mean 2 seconds per possession?
Right. Every time
Okay,
he
okay.
possesses the ball.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
So when you have a player who has a certain style and a certain gameplay style that are catered to his strengths, and then you make him play like a traditional center or like the other center who's got limited skills, he's only a one-trick pony, defense only, a.k.a. Mitchell Robinson. You're trying to make him a center that you already have on your roster. That's a development problem. That's a coaching problem.
Yeah, okay. So it's two things there. I don't know if it's development. I know for certain it's a coaching problem. Because if the front office during their free agency pitch to Hartenstein said one thing, and then he get here and the coach make him do something different, that's the coach. That's the coach. That's directly on Tibbs, right? And so if Tibbs is making Hartenstein do things outside of what he does well, you could say the same thing for RJ Barrett. You could say the same thing for Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel you. I understand where you're going with it. And I'm kind of glad you brought it up, right? Because it's one of these things that we have to take into account that, for instance, this is for DSJ, who always says that we deserve better, right? DSJ, if you draft, say, Scoot Henderson or Victor Wembanyama and Tom Thibodeau is still here, guess what's going to happen? White Falcon, wherever you are, if the Knicks magically traded for Paul George and Tom Thibodeau is still here, guess what Paul George is going to do when Tibbs is here? It's not that, bro. I'm telling you, it's a coaching style. Like, this coaching style doesn't fit the players that we have. Because why in the world will Hartenstein be that player that you just mentioned, Coach, and express that that's his playing style to the front office during the free agency pitch, and then get here, and then the coach try to turn him into Mitchell Robinson?
Yep.
Right? Whose fault is that? Is that Hartenstein's fault? No. Because you do what the coach tell you to do or you won't play. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. For those that say burn it to the ground, but you want to keep the front office and the coach, bro, this thing will never work. Because what you'll do is get a Amen Thompson. You'll get the Thompson twins, and they'll wind up playing power forward like RJ Barrett. I'm sorry. That's just what I think about Tibbs. Now, do I think Tibbs is a bad coach? No. I think Tibbs is an absolutely win now coach. Every game is a game 7 for him. The dude walks out the tunnel from the back and he doesn't sit down for the. I don't know how many Tom Thibodeau coach games I've been to, but the only time I've seen him sit down is during timeouts. That's the only time I've ever seen him sit down. Coach, have you ever seen Tibbs sit down during a game?
Nope.
It's like it's the 80s all over again.
Trying to hold everybody's hand. Like, he apparently got trust issues, I guess, or is a control freak, one of the two.
And so what I'm getting, probably both. What I'm getting at, Coach, is the development of RJ Barrett may not be all on RJ Barrett. I think Tibbs has a lot to do with what RJ Barrett is doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Now RJ Barrett missing 1-footers, that's RJ Barrett.
Right.
Coach, if you 6'7" would say a 35-inch vertical, bro, you 6'7", you got like a 6'9", 6'10" wingspan, 35-inch vertical. Your head should be at the rim, bro. Your elbow should be over the rim.
Yeah,
How do you miss a 1-footer? Off the backboard at that. That just baffles me. That's RJ Barrett all day long.
There's no excuse for that.
Right. That's RJ Barrett all day long. Right. But what I will say is this. Hey, Jay says, so it's Tibbs' fault that RJ Barrett. No, Jay, no.
Hey, who's this Knicks average buffoon?
You calling him a buffoon, man? Come on, man. Come on, coach.
Who is it?
It don't matter. You calling somebody a buffoon in the chat? Come on, man.
Just saying.
Knicks average. I apologize, man. You know, everybody gonna have a different opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's all up on me. On my, he wants to come on and talk. We could talk. He's got my name in his mouth. He wants me to talk so much. I'm trying to give you respect and let you talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna get respect, coach. I mean, come on, coach. Come on, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, coach, I'm saying like the one of the things is like am I over analyzing this thing? I'm talking to you, coach. I ain't talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Am I over analyzing this thing? Like this franchise, like mentioned, like I noticed that like when I was naming all those great players, you notice all those great players I mentioned came from other teams, right?
Right.
If that's what we're good at, how come we don't just do that and skip the draft part?
I know. I mean, because we haven't been getting the picks and that are in the sweet spot for getting lucky with some hits, especially. I would say, why do they think having all these extra picks ain't going to get us some magical player when it's the 12th pick or the 17th pick or the 19th pick?
I think in order for basically what I'm getting at is this: in order to be a Knick, you got to be born ready. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting at. Keith Turner, in order to be a Knick, bro, you got to be born ready. You got to come out the shoot ready. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knicks, like RJ Barrett is born ready, right? He come here, he averaging about 18 points per game for his career is what RJ Barrett is averaging. You know what I'm saying? Sure, it's on poor efficiency, but but the offense that we run is poor efficiency. So you can't ask. It's like when you watched. It's like when you used to watch the Baltimore Ravens offense, right? You couldn't ask them receive Derek Mason and them to put up Randy Moss type numbers, even though they were super talented, because the offense wasn't that type of offense. It wasn't going to be top 10. They were going to be bottom 10, right? It's like watching Tampa Bay all them years. Tampa Bay is a terrible franchise, right? The Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible franchise. Matter of fact, they used to wear orange and red together. That's just let you know right off the rip.
Creamsicles.
Yeah. They used to wear orange and red. But the thing about it is they used to have a great D and the offense was bad. Then they bring in an offensive guy and a quarterback that was just, just above average, just do everything average. You know what I'm saying? A dude named Brad Johnson. And all of a sudden you couldn't beat him. Right? The Knicks right now have a bad offense. Like for instance, we get 0 offense from our center. And when I mean 0, I mean anything under 10 is scrap points, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you scrap point, like Cam Reddish averaging under 10, that's scrap points to me, man. And you can go get anybody to put up them type of points, right? Because they don't feature Cam at no point in the offense. So Cam is getting scrap points. Like he's not getting points off design plays and ISOs and all of that stuff, right? He's getting scrap points. So is Mitch. But then you have a power forward shooting like 44%, a small forward shooting 40%, a 2 shooting, I don't even know, 40%, and your point guard is your best post player. How in the world are you going to be a modern NBA offense running that mess out there every night?
We got the least amount of athletic wings in the league.
Right.
They got some teams with like 5 or 6 of them on the team at least, and we got 1.5.
Phoenix. Remember we played Phoenix 2 games ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just kept coming, bro, and kept coming. You're like, damn, they got wings everywhere, man. They have wings everywhere. I mean, they're wings everywhere, bro. David L is in the building.
What's up, David?
And Pudge says, man, the Cam should be back today. Man, that groin injuries are tough, bro. I didn't want to get into that just yet, man. Just wanted to kind of continue with the flow, man. My coach, I guess ultimately what I'm saying to you is I think the Knicks' best option right now is not to trade RJ and not to trade Emmanuel quickly for draft picks. I think the best move for them is to find a young player ready to break out and overpay for him. Right? Find a young player itching to break out on his own team, preferably a shooting guard, small forward, ready to break out and go get him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a dude that's in RJ Barrett's age range or younger.
Right.
I'm talking about go get a guy at that age and go get him right now. Don't wait. Be hasty. Right? Do you have one? Do you know of one? Do you have one in mind?
Anthony Edwards.
You know, the next time Selly see you, he gonna point his finger in your face. You remember Selly told you that? Selly told you that like 2 weeks ago.
Well, he fits that description.
Okay. And Sherwin says we have to, and Cam and Grimes.
Yeah.
Sherwin,
Grimes is the half of one,
right?
Because he's still only 6'4".
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. I'm gonna give him credit where credit's due. He was questioning Grimes, but the last 2 games he's shown a little something. I'll give him that. But
what did he do the last 2 games?
Just brought a lot of energy and athleticism.
Okay.
Some defense, covering the other team's athletes.
Okay.
Which we have a shortage of on this team.
Okay. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Coach. Maybe I described the guy that I want. Maybe I didn't describe him right. The guy I'm referring to is a 20-point per game scorer, a dude that's on the verge of being an all-star.
Jaylen Brown.
He's a little older though. He's
what's he like? 24, 25?
No, like 25. He's Spider's age, Brunson's age. I'm talking about a dude RJ's age.
I'm trying to think. Going through all the teams in my head. Is he a guy that's playing the Knicks tonight?
Oh, you talking about Shaedon Sharpe?
I don't think he's available.
Nah, he won't be. He won't be available until the 15th. But yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean. I would say the reason why I say that, Coach, is because that's what the Knicks hit on. Think about all the names that I mentioned. Latrell Sprewell, young athlete, got him when he was young. Allen Houston played 3 years in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? John Starks didn't click until he was 25. You know what I'm saying? As a Knick, he didn't click until he was about 25. Dick Barnett, we got him. He clicked when he was about 26. Earl Monroe, we got him after 4 years. Carmelo Anthony, Bernard King. Names like that, we traded and got guys who established themselves in the league for at least a year or 2 or 3. Some of them took 4 years, right? But they did it, and then the Knicks acquired them.
And if you think about it, a lot of these guys that are in RJ's, well, the guys you hope RJ trajectory turns into. I mean, who wouldn't love if he turned into Paul George or Kawhi or Jimmy Butler? Obviously it'd be nice if he turned into one of them. But most of them guys weren't those guys until their 4th or 5th year. That's when they started turning into their versions of who they are now. I'm not saying he's going to be that good. I'm saying, and my expectation for him isn't that.
Right.
I hope he becomes that. That'd be awesome. You know what I mean?
I have a name for you, Coach. I have a name for you. Devin.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my name for you, Devin. Devin the dude. Go get him. Chat, what do y'all think about us going to get Devin?
There's been rumors of that for a minute.
No.
Especially with the Leon connection.
No.
Not that Devin?
No, Devin Vassell.
Oh, okay.
DSJ read my mind. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, someone that's hungry.
Devin Vassell. Right now, he's 6'5", 200, kind of athletic, can shoot the 3. Right now, he's shooting the 3 this season, he's shooting the 3 at 43%. He's shooting 48% from the floor. He is a better defender than Quentin Grimes, right? Don't get it twisted. I like Grimes' defense.
You mean the guy we should have drafted? You mean that guy?
Instead of Obi?
Don't be wrong. I like Obi. I don't like him as much as some of y'all do.
Hey.
But
hey, look, Kev Middleton. Shout out to Kev Middleton. Kev Middleton says Devin Vaseline left another role player. Yeah, a big dog. Role players don't average 20 points a game and shoot 44% from 3. Role players don't score 20 points a game. Now, I'm just saying. Now, I mean, you may think that he's a role player, but Devin Vassell, right, is attempting 16 shots a game. Role players don't take 16 shots a game. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Role players don't take 16 shots a game, and they don't shoot 46% from the floor doing it. Right? Hey, we can't smash the talk down about other people. You know who we got in the Devin Vassell draft? We took Obi Toppin. Is Obi Toppin a role player?
Yep. He ain't even a role player yet.
Yo, Middleton said we need a star, not Starbucks. Hey, Middleton is hilarious, bro. Middleton hilarious.
No, Starbucks is too bougie. It's more like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, man. Hey, and Keith Turn says Devin is not even a starter. And so okay. So Coach, you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look at what the Knicks fans are doing.
I know, man.
Look at what the Knicks fans are doing.
I've been seeing it all morning.
So Devin is not even a starter. Right? Look at all these things. You remember what I said, right? The Knicks need to trade for a guy before his value go up, but he's gonna be a star. Remember me saying that?
Yep.
Trade for a guy early around RJ's age before he become that guy. That way you can get him cheap, right? And Knicks fans are on now, mind you. What's the Knicks record right now? The Knicks are what?
9-9.
The Knicks are 9-9 at the moment, right? and they complained about RJ Barrett being the golden child, you offer up an alternative, right? Because the same people that say RJ Barrett is a bust, you mentioned an improvement to the roster, right? And you get Devin is. You see what I mean? See what I'm getting at?
Yeah, it's the same kind of people that they got nothing to talk about if they ain't complaining.
Yeah. So
if things get better, things get good, they'll have no substance to talk about.
Yeah, and so what I'm getting at is, and while I don't let one or two or 10 or 50 people, you know what I'm saying, rock the boat. What I'll say is this though. If you've been following the Knicks, you understand that the Knicks are not good at drafting. Historically,
right.
The Knicks are not good at drafting, bro. We're not. Because we complain about RJ being a bust. Okay. All right. We complain about RJ being a bust. RJ's not a bust, but okay. Right? We complain about Obi not getting playing time. Right? We complain about quickly not having court vision, and he don't. Right? Emmanuel Quickly is the Vince Young of quarterbacks. Emmanuel Quickly is like if Obi don't have to live, I'm shooting a 30-foot three. You know what I'm saying? That's Quickly. Hey, quick! What you see in the offense? Did you read the defense? Yeah, I read it. Quickly, you read War and Peace that fast? Yeah. It took me 15 minutes, man. But I read War and Peace. Wait a minute, you read War and Peace in 15 minutes? Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, he didn't read it. Right? But if you complain about Quickly and or Grimes always being hurt, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying is the thing about Devin Vassell is he does all the things that you want a Knicks player to do. Coach, the first thing I mentioned to you is he averages 20 points a game. The second thing I mentioned, and he shoots 44% from three. Do we need 3-point shooting right now?
Hell yeah. What's up, Kerry? Kerry Cox in the house.
In the building.
And just so y'all know, all because, we name, Uncle Freezy names our particular broadcast, the Golden Child, all that stuff, and we talk about certain players, doesn't mean we adopt that moniker or that movement. I'm not saying RJ's the answer to all our problems. I'm not even saying he's that good. When he plays bad, I talk about how bad he's playing. When he's doing well, I'll tell everyone how well he's playing.
But RJ, for this generation of Knicks, so who's the leader of this generation of Knicks basketball? Julius Randle?
Yeah. Well,
Julius Randle,
the thing is, the Knicks media, like the Knicks PR department, that's all they have to hang their hat on. So they're the one that presented him as the golden child. I'm a smart enough basketball fan that I didn't think he was going to be the golden child. I never said he was the golden child. I said that he has some talent, and if he's got some pieces around him and he was developed properly, he might turn out to be a pretty good basketball player. But he ain't going to take us to the promised land. Never said that.
Right. But RJ Barrett is the person that the Knicks put out front.
Right. So I'm holding them accountable, and as well, you can't blame RJ because they put all these expectations on him. If he don't live up to them, I didn't put those expectations on. I expect him to shoot efficiently, and when he doesn't, I say he's playing like crap. He needs to fix it.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. If he's more efficient, he's good. Right. I don't expect him to take over a game athletically and take people off the dribble and all the time and create his own shot every time he's got the ball.
Right.
He needs to get what he can get. So when he has the opportunities, because now there's no excuse. He's getting good shots. He's getting open threes because he's got a point guard that puts him in better positions to score.
Right.
And he still ain't doing it. Then that's on RJ on those situations. So.
Hey, so I just put in the chat a deal that I think should not only be done. I think the Knicks should be on the phone doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. So Hinton Murphy, shout out to Hinton Murphy. Hey, Hinton, what's good, man? So he asked, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up for in a Vassal trade? This is what I'm willing to give up. OB and Quick for Trey Jones and Devin Vassell.
Mm-hmm.
No draft picks. I ain't doing no swaps. No draft pick, no swap, no none of that. I'm giving you Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly for Trey Jones and Devin Vassell. And I know you're like, man, it seemed like we should get more. And the Spurs are like, man, it seemed like we should get more. Nah. This deal to me seems like it's too fair. Right? Devin Vassell, Trey Jones, you solve two Knicks issues. Right? You get Devin Vassell, he's a starter. Right? And immediately off the rip, what you add to a backcourt, and what you have in a backcourt of Brunson and Vassell, automatically you have a 44% three-point shooter back there with Jalen Brunson. Right? What it solves off the bench, Trey Jones off your bench, means the guys like Cam Reddish and all those dudes that have come off the bench now will have a point guard that can get them open looks on offense. Whereas Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly is not going to get Cam Reddish open looks. What that also opens up is the opportunity to have Sims and Hartenstein play together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you get Hartenstein and Jericho Sims playing together. Now, what it looks like automatically is that Hartenstein would be the 5 and Sims would be the 4. On defense, you might have Hartenstein be the 5, Sims be the 4, guarding out higher up. That way, Hartenstein on his, what did you say his injury was?
Achilles.
On his whatever Achilles injury, doesn't have to chase big spread fives all over the floor. You put a more athletic big guy out there on the floor to chase these 4s. That way, Hartenstein can do what he does best. That is rove the paint. And then on the offensive end, you can hit Hartenstein in that pinch post where Randall plays, and now you can take advantage of his floater and his passing game. Right? You know what I'm saying? There are too many things, in my opinion, that open up when you look at that. Just look at it. That's all I'm saying. And the question was asked to me, and for those just saying that I'm making up trade scenarios, again, somebody in the chat asked me a question. Would I trade for Vassell? I know we're quick to go on Twitter and be like, Uncle Freezy said trade the team. Keep in context. Hinton Murphy asked me a specific question, and I answered his specific question with a specific answer. Coach is here. Coach, my witness.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, what do you think about Hartenstein getting more flexible offensive looks with the second unit?
Yeah, I'm all for it. I really think that's one of the strengths of his game, and we don't utilize it enough. You know,
Subliminal 209 is in the building.
Yo, what's up, sub? And for all the people that they think that someone that's got high energy and has flashy dunks, that makes you a better basketball player. Don't sorry. I know it's exciting. I'm happy for Sims. I'm glad he's playing. He's bringing a lot of energy, but he's got a lot to learn still. He's a developmental player, and I'm glad we have him.
Yeah, and Middleton says if the Knicks talking about trading quickly, they up to something. Primo might be in talks with the Knicks. Primo got cut by the Spurs.
What's going on with that situation? Did that pan out anymore?
I don't know. Primo got cut by the Spurs. When did he get cut by the Spurs? In October? That was October, right?
I think so.
It seems like
I haven't heard anything about any follow-up on his questionable decisions,
Yeah. So so, Coach, basically what I'm saying is, in theory, the Knicks can't draft and develop. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the Knicks had a chance to get Darius Garland, they took RJ Barrett. When the Knicks had a chance to get Spider Mitchell, they took Frank Ntilikina. When the Knicks had a chance to get SGA, Mikal Bridges, they took Kevin Knox. When the Knicks had a chance to get Devin Vassell, they took Obi Toppin. Right now, am I saying?
They're saying Primo's case was dropped. It was settled.
Okay. Hey, Taylor, thank you for the news. I appreciate that. I saw that. Hey, Paris, I saw the game twice, man. The first time I was sick, I watched it. I was kind of in and out on it. The second time I was worse. I was way more in and out. I tried to watch it, but when I was in and out of both times trying to watch it, it seemed like RJ Barrett was scoring 50 points every time I wake up. It's like, oh, RJ Barrett. So I don't want to watch the game a third time, man. I'm gonna just let that one. I'm just gonna scratch it from the record. I did try to watch it twice, man. Just wasn't feeling well. So, yeah, man. So my thing is this. My thing is this, man. The Knicks historically don't draft well, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but what I am trying to do is tell Knicks fans that are smart enough to know this. The Knicks don't draft well, and free agents don't come here. So instead of trying to keep doing both, if you are going to acquire a young talent, do what you've been doing. Go find a young, hungry star that's built for New York and bring him here. Leon Rose, you should have, and people have been telling you this, you should have pulled the trigger on Donovan Mitchell, and you didn't, and you let us down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You had, it's like, Coach, it's like when I tell you, Coach, we're going to go get a steak dinner, and you kind of get your chops all wet for steak, and then I'm like, nah, bro, we're going to Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn, you have my mouth watering for steak, and you
got my hopes up.
Yeah. So like, if you Leon Rose and you watching this, and you understand, and I understand you playing Portland at home, bro, look at Portland roster while they here. You gotta look at Portland roster while they here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it. Who can we poach? From Portland? That should be the thing going forward for everybody.
Yeah, I'm hoping. They say Cam was supposedly day to day. We had a few extra days to heal. I mean, we could use him this game.
Right.
I'm excited to see, because Portland's got they got more than one athletic dude.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need Grimes and Cam to be defending.
And they play hard, bro.
Yeah.
They play harder than us. Right? Like the teams gonna play hard. Like some teams scheme you to death, and some teams play hard. Like on 80% of the nights, the Knicks are gonna come out and play. Well, I'll say this: the nights that Cam is there, the Knicks play hard.
Yeah.
Right. When Grimes is here, the Knicks play hard. I mean, hard.
Right? Yeah, it's infectious.
Right. But other times, when we get in our finesse bag, no knock on Fournier, but when we go finesse, when you finesse, you don't necessarily play hard. You play finesse. You know what I'm saying? You kind of milk it, play hard some stretches, use skill some stretches. Coach, I'm gonna go to the restroom right quick. I'll be right back. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you talk about Hartenstein when I got back.
Nah, straight, man. I get further talking to a roll of tape over there on my desk. But anyway, so about tonight, the reports are saying Mitchell Robinson might be day-to-day as well. So I don't know if he's a go or what. Did we see if Portland has any injuries, guys? Some of y'all get a chance to look at some of the injury reports. Salute. What's up, Travel Vibes? Welcome. I know one thing. Here's my take on our center position right now. Right now, it's not a weakness on the Knicks. Like, as a whole, the three guys playing that position combined, they've been very adequate just as a team. To me, out of the three guys that have been playing, the guy that's more of a one-trick pony is unfortunately Mitch. Mitch is the Knicks are a team full of one-trick ponies, guys that only do one thing really well. But we need versatile players on this team. And luckily, Sims came in and stepped up, and he's playing a really good role for us right now. So, to me, we need to change our philosophy, because with Hartenstein and Sims, we have a set of dynamic. We have two dynamic centers that can do some things more than just play defense, defend the rim on defense, and then do nothing else. Because that's all Mitch is good for, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm not bashing him at all. He has limitations, healthy or hurt. It has something to do with his injury.
Okay.
So that's just my take, man. Like, and some of you guys can see what you think you see, but I look at production and I've seen iHeart defend the rim plenty. You look at the stats, it shows that he's got a better defense rating. There's all kinds of stuff that proves otherwise. And when I'm discussing about a player, if I say someone's got a limitation on offense, all they're good for is catching a lob here and there on offense, and they're in the way or they clog the lane for our players that like to get in the lane. Like our three best players, quote unquote, scorers per se, like to get into the lane, and Mitch gets in the way because on offense he's a traditional center, one that's not a scoring option unless he catches a lob or does a putback or something. But iHeart and Sims present a different look. That's why I think our offense looks better when they're in the game. And there's a lot less of a drop off defensively, than some people try to portray. Like Mitchell's defense isn't that much better than both of theirs defense. It just isn't to me. And the rebounding numbers of both of them are just as good or better. And I'm a pounding on the table saying,
Coach, what do you say? What do you say when people say that Hartenstein is a foul waiting to happen?
Has he fouled out in the game before? Yeah. No, he hasn't. Now he's had these last couple games. He's had a couple untimely fouls.
Right.
Some of them have been some ticky-tack fouls. If you really watch the games and don't just look at the box score at the end and see where it says fouls next to his name.
Right. Right.
And I'm not saying I'm pounding the table saying that iHeart is the answer or he's the start, should be the full-time starter over anybody. He's a situational starter at best, depending on who we're playing. And I think he is better off the bench in about a 25-minute role because the way he plays and the energy he plays with, you can't maintain that with a 30-minute workload. You just can't, especially a big dude like him. So right now, to me, I think we look better, man, when iHeart's in the game. We just have. Look at the numbers. The numbers, the plus minus numbers, all the wins over replacement numbers and all the Raptor rating and all that. Jalen Brunson's number 1 on our team with that, and iHeart's number 2.
Okay.
It's not something I'm making up. It's in the numbers.
Okay.
And if y'all don't know what Raptor rating's on, go look it up. I'm not going to be here and give you a class on it. It's a known analytic. Julius Randle and RJ have one of the worst Raptor ratings in the league right now.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, their workloads are different.
Yeah. But Brunson's is up.
The more chances you get. Yeah, you got your point guard. The point guard's got to be rated on a different. You know what I'm saying? You know, in terms of ball handlers, and even though the usage rate is there, but they're generally better ball handlers and more efficient. Not saying that Jalen Brunson shouldn't get kudos for being where he is, because he does. But what I will say, so okay, let's break down Hartenstein before we get into the Portland game, right? Here's my thing with Hartenstein, right? Hartenstein is not an aggressive scorer. That's my number one knock on him. Mm-hmm. Shots are there, and unselfishly, he looks to pass first and score second, unless it's a offensive rebounding type situation where he grabs a rebound or they pass it to him low, which is rare. They pass him the ball within 5 feet of the rim, and that's rare because our guys are selfish. You can have a guy pent down there and they won't throw it to you, or they believe a lob is the only way for you to score. You know what I'm saying? To try to turn them into a lob threat, which is ridiculous. Right. My thing is Hartenstein catches the ball at the free throw line, right? Reverse pivots, like squares up with the rim. If a big backs off, he should be shooting a jump shot there. Not looking for some back door for Obi, not looking for the corner three, not looking for such and such and such. Hartenstein has to make that jump shot a threat. Mm-hmm. And what that does is it pulls the big that's sagging up on Hartenstein and opens up a bigger lane for cutters cutting to the basket. That's my number one knock on him. You have to stop being so unselfish with the basketball. You're not a point guard, right? You're not Jokic, right? You don't see Jokic can pass up a great shot for a greater shot. Hartenstein can't pass up a good shot for a great shot. You know what I'm saying? Because our team can't score. We don't have a Jamal Murray or a Michael Porter Jr. Honestly, we don't have an Aaron Gordon. We can't play all them dudes at once. Depending on the night, Julius Randle is a non-factor. Depending on the night, RJ Barrett is a non-factor. So if you get an uncontested 15-footer Hartenstein, you got to take it. Right? Here's the other thing. With my knock on Hartenstein. Defensively, right? It's not roaming back and forth. My thing is, I think Hartenstein is too aggressive with the physical contact down low on block attempts. Like he'll run up and put his hands up, but he's trying to smash you. Like he's trying to make you feel the physicality, right? And listen, bigs have to be physical. It's the same thing Jericho Sims goes through, right? Jericho Sims contest shots down low, but he wants to bump you and make you feel his presence down there, right? And that's the old school way of playing defense, right? So I get it, right? But you have to be physical. When cutters come through the lane, you bump them. Coach, you know how when tight ends come through zones and linebackers always chuck them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At the line of scrimmage, how corners do bump and run coverage on receivers. That's what centers need to be doing in today's NBA because you can't grab them and you can't slaughter them when you come to the rim. So every opportunity you get a free chance to bump them, you do it like that. Hartenstein gets cheap fouls because he's too physical and contesting shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do, bro, you 7 foot tall. You got a 7.5 foot wingspan. All you got to do is go to a 6 foot guard's coming to the rim. You have to follow him. All you got to do is go over there and put your hand up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he make it over that, then kudos. But in these situations, you go be physical with them. They don't make the shot, but they go to the free throw line, make both their free throws, and you got a foul. And you do that 3 or 4 times. Now you in foul trouble. Now the backup is in there. Now the Knicks got to go small ball with Randall and Obi protecting the rim. Now they can come down there and just chip away. Just do what they feel like doing down low. Right? Tonight, Portland's going to test us. Anthony Simons is going to test us tonight. That's if he plays. You know what I'm saying? I think there are certain things. Hartenstein, the Hartenstein Hive don't know if they don't believe that Hartenstein has flaws. Hartenstein has flaws. Now, does he have good character traits? Man, he does a lot of things very well.
Mm-hmm.
For one, coach, have you seen Hartenstein bobble a pass yet this year?
The little amount of passes he gets, no.
Hartenstein has excellent hands, right? The running joke for our backup centers in the past is our centers had terrible hands. That's why nobody passes to them. You could be open all day, but if I throw you the ball, you ain't gonna catch it. So Hartenstein has excellent hands. Hartenstein has excellent footwork. Hartenstein has an excellent, pristine floater. Pristine. His floater game is phenomenal. Right? Phenomenal. Would you say that, Coach?
Yeah, well, I don't want to overvalue him too much. I'll just keep getting roasted by these people that got weird perception.
About his floater?
They'll find a way twisting that around too. But yeah, he's got a nice floater.
No, I'm talking about.
He should be shooting it.
Yeah. His floater is pristine. His floater is pristine. You know what I'm saying? His floater is pristine, right?
But he don't get a chance to shoot it.
Sometimes he just don't. Sometimes he don't take it. The jump shot, he don't. Coach, come on, man. You got to admit, Hartenstein don't take the jump shot when he open at the free throw line. This is. I'm not just making this stuff up. Just some random thought. This is the dude catches the ball, and he is so unselfish. He wants to play the Euro style, like it's ingrained in him to be unselfish, shoot last. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when you catch the ball at the free throw, you got to shoot it. You can make a living doing that. You can make and here's the last thing. My last knock on him, and this is not a real knock. This is a knock that could improve the Knicks. He can't knock down the corner three. But when that three starts to fall, it's going to be a weapon.
Yeah.
Right? All the foul trouble stuff is one thing. Aside from the foul trouble, his defense is good. You know what I'm saying? People talk about his defense is bad. They don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
His foul trouble, and what it is they see a couple of bad fouls, and in their mind, that foul is like 30 fouls. It's only one.
Yeah.
Like you see one when you see one bad foul a game, and in their mind, it's like 50 pounds of feathers versus 50 pounds of steel. It don't matter. They both 50 pounds.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Like one bad foul got people thinking, oh my God, a hard shot. It's one bad foul, bro. Every player in the league gets one bad foul a game, at least. You know what I'm saying? That's why they give you 6 of them.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't mind someone getting the foul for being aggressive, over aggressive.
Right.
I'd rather have a guy like that than someone you begging to not be soft. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The knock on him, the knock on him is that it's like a bad dancer, right? It's like Coach. You ever had a friend that was a terrible dancer, but you bring him anyway because it's not the bad dancing that gets people excited; it's the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's biting his bottom lip.
Yeah. And doing,
he's getting into it.
all the bad dances from, you know what I mean? And so, here's our man. Ladies and gentlemen, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Greeny, what's good, bro?
Yo, it's good, yeah.
What's up, Greeny?
Hey, man, I might be headed your way today. How long you gonna be there today?
I'm gonna be there all day, man. I'm in Charlotte for the week. I'm in Charlotte for the weekend.
Okay.
I've been here since Wednesday.
When we finish up with this, man, I gotta talk to the missus to see.
Yeah, let me know. I'll be riding scooters all day in the city.
Okay. okay.
But I came in here just to say Happy Turkey Day to both of y'all. Happy Turkey Day to the chat. Hope
Same to you, brother.
Y'all time. I'm about to go sit down and eat some breakfast with the fam real quick. I just wanted to drop in and say hi. I got like 3% on my 1% actually. I'm on 1% on my battery life, so it was meant to be. I love all you guys in the chat. I can't do the play-by-play tonight, but I will be here. Hold it down for me, please. Hold it down. I'll see you guys soon.
I know, brother. Hey, man, it's great to see you. I got to work tonight myself, so I won't be able to. I'll only be able to check in here and again.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. I'm gonna have to get the game on my phone, so it's gonna be tough.
Yo, I might be, depending on how things go, Greeny, I might have to watch the game with you in person.
Let me know. We can do this. We can do anything. Let me know.
I gotta figure out. Bro. Again, I'm in this old house. I gotta do a repair today. Like my son is working on a repair. Bro, it's always something, man.
It looks like we officially got a new ham sandwich though in chat today this morning.
Who
We got a whole Sims hive in this chat.
Okay.
Salute Knicks Nation. Salute everybody. I'm about to go in here and eat. I'm gonna throw my phone on the charger so I'll come back and rock with y'all later.
All right, brother.
Hey, bro, we can wrap up in a few minutes.
See you.
I'll just go wrap up, man, so I can go take care of this thing, man. So
yeah, shoot me a text, huh?
Hey, I'm gonna call you.
Right,
I know people, young people don't really get down with the call, but I like using the telephone.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah, I'll do that. If we could figure something out, bro, I'm gonna come. I gotta come see you and Uncle Fulio. You know what I'm saying? I gotta.
Anybody in NC area, let me know. Hit me up.
Yeah,
go hit me up on Twitter.
DM
me on Twitter. For real.
Yeah, man. Coach, I'm a run. Man, I had a late night last night, Coach. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. I was there. So I'm half asleep this morning.
Yeah, man. So, hey, everybody, listen. Thank you for rocking with us Knicks Morning Drive. We gonna wrap up right here, man. We'll see y'all for the game against the Portland Trailblazers at 7:30. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I could get up with Greeny, even if it's only for like a few minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
See my man in person. See if he really 6'5". I'm gonna do the 6'5" check. You know what I'm saying?
I'm really just wild. I'm really just wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go see if I can holler at my man, and whatever. Everybody, man, love y'all, enjoy y'all, man. We'll see y'all later for Portland Trailblazers at New York Knicks at 7:30. We're gonna do the hangout. See y'all later, man. Peace.